When it comes to health and wellness advice, it's easy to get overwhelmed by too much information, especially if the topic is kind of embarrassing. But your body is your body, and your life is your life. No need to be embarrassed. It's Torri, Parade's resident health question guru, and the Cleveland Clinic has equipped me with everything I need to answer your medical questions. This is the TMI Show. Ring the bell for notifications. I expect a lot of TMI questions, and you're gonna wanna know the answers. Strange smells, random sweating. Does this happen to you? We can help with that. If you want, leave a comment about any and every topic you need us to cover. And trust me, there's no way you can gross us out. People have tried. Gas, stomach pain, diarrhea, nausea and vomiting, heartburn, questionable bowel movements. These are a few of the painful, uncomfortable, day-ruining side effects that can happen when the food you eat doesn't agree with your gut. Of course, if you're having severe issues like persistent vomiting, diarrhea, blood in your stools, intense migraines, or scary allergic reactions, you need to see a doctor stat. So get thee to urgent care, girl. But if you just want to find out why you're bloated, gassy, or having other issues like brain fog or breakouts,
it's just like not a good day for me work-wise.
You might want to consider an elimination diet. What exactly is that? It's a therapeutic intervention, that's doctor speak for treatment, that can help you get to the bottom of all your tummy woes. There are a few versions of elimination diets out there. Doctors have been using them for years to test for food allergies and sensitivities, and to help people manage conditions like IBS and other GI-related conditions. Some dietitians and health influencers have also created their own versions of elimination diets, like the super popular Whole30 diet.
And our community has grown so much, we've got more than 2 million photos, #Whole30 on Instagram.
Doctors may not consider these true elimination diets, but you've probably seen them all over your feeds, so we'll break those down too. Yep. Sorry. In an elimination diet, you basically cut out or eliminate, do you see what I did there? Types of foods and food groups to help you figure out what's making your stomach roar like an angry dino. Then after a few weeks of living without your evening glass of wine or morning glass of Mama Flavor Blaster's high fructose breakfast drink, you add it back in and see if those gurgles and grumbles start up again. Maybe not high fructose breakfast drink, but I mean, to each his own. A lot of people are into elimination diets for their weight loss benefits, but that's not really what they're about. Generally, elimination diets are a way to get a handle on what your guts can't handle.
I can't lie!
Elimination diets can uncover food sensitivities and food allergies, two very different things. Sometimes they have similar symptoms like stomach pain, diarrhea, and vomiting, but allergies happen in the immune system and can be life-threatening. Sensitivities happen in the gastrointestinal or GI tract. Regardless, the key is figuring out which foods exactly are causing the problems and how much, if any, you can eat without suffering the consequences. One reason elimination diets are so handy is that you can DIY it. All you really need is a shopping list of approved foods, a food diary, calendar, and a big dose of willpower.
I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel.
Willpower is a necessary ingredient because some elimination diets can take 3 to 6 weeks or longer to accurately figure out what's bugging you. But before you take matters into your own hands, you should definitely discuss an elimination diet with your doctor.
Here, let me just pull it down for a sec. And I let go.
Blood and skin prick test, ouch, can also help determine what's going on when it comes to food sensitivity or allergies, so they may want you to try those first. Plus, if you take certain medications or have some other kind of allergy, your version of an elimination diet may look a little different from the ones you can find online. Depending on your symptoms, your doc might want you to start out by cutting out a specific food group. For instance, lactose intolerance is a really common food sensitivity, so you might stop eating dairy for a couple of weeks to see how that makes you feel. It's scary to consider, but maybe ice cream is the problem. Sorry, baby, but I think it's time that you and I split. People are also sensitive to gluten, wheat, soy, corn, a milk protein called casein, fish, shellfish, peanuts, tree nuts, sulfites, caffeine, alcohol, chocolate, pork, processed meats, all sugars, and certain food additives like MSG, so everything that is delicious. So these are common things that are cut out during elimination diets. But then you slowly add the eliminated food back to your diet over a period of a few weeks. Check with your doctor about how long to abstain and exactly how to reintroduce, but our friends at Cleveland Clinic recommend adding in foods one by one, 2 to 3 servings on day 1, and assessing your symptoms, anything from physical, mental, or emotional, for a full 48 hours. Pay close attention to how your body feels. Check in on your gut feelings, if you will. Write down the details in your journal, including how much you eat and when. GI symptoms like stomach pains and cramps tend to be immediate, while systemic issues like brain fog, itchiness, welts, eczema, and acne will take the full 48 hours to show up. If you don't see any symptoms, that food gets the green light. Yeah! Starbucks! But if you do have a reaction, well, you have to say goodbye to your sweet, venti seasonal red-eye forever. Maybe not. You might just have an intolerance stemming from some kind of gut imbalance, which could go away once your system's back to normal. Again, your doctor can help you figure that one out. Things like probiotics or a digestive enzyme like alpha-galactosidase, that sounds like galactic cinnamon, can help set things right. And then, hello bugs. But if it's determined that you have a true allergy to something like lactose or gluten, you may have to say goodbye for good. But how exactly does it feel to go on an elimination diet? Well, after the first 4 or 5 days, you're probably gonna want to, well, but somewhere between that mark and 2 weeks, you could start feeling like $1,000,000, more energetic and more focused, and you could have a lot less tummy issues. Remember though, everyone's different, and a few other things to keep in mind. 1. The food journal is critical. Most people forget reactions if they don't write everything down. And 2, when you add something back in, make sure it's not a mixture of different foods. Because if you have issues, you won't be able to tell what exactly caused them, like no pizza. Instead, first try cheese by itself, then move on to the carbs, sweet carbs. If you go through a full cycle eliminating and then carefully adding foods back in, and you still can't figure it out, check in with your doc, who can send you to a functional medicine practitioner, GI specialist, or allergist, depending on the issue. Now that's how legit elimination diets work. Other, less scientific versions, like Whole30, take a different approach. At first, Whole30 seems kinda normal. You're allowed to eat fruits and veggies, eggs, and lean proteins like fish, poultry, and pork, ideally grass-fed and organic. You can also have healthy fats like olive, avocado, and coconut oil, and tree nuts like cashews and almonds. But there's a whole list of foods you can't have. Sugars, artificial sweeteners, alcohol, grains, dairy products, or legumes like beans, lentils, peas, and peanuts. Instead of eliminating foods one by one, Whole30 and elimination diets like it basically strip all the fun out of eating for 30 days straight. Then gradually add each food back in to see how your body reacts. From there, the advice is similar. Catalog your body's responses in a food journal. Limit or eliminate anything that seems to make your symptoms come back, and talk to your doc if you're still having symptoms.
Are you telling me it doesn't hurt when I do
this?
this?
It doesn't hurt. I told you that.
As we mentioned, elimination diets have helped people lose weight, but they're not a calorie counting program, and they're also short term. The goal is always to reintroduce food into your diet, but only foods that make you feel good, and not like a tired, cranky, leaky whoopee cushion. Really? If you'd like to talk to me about a TMI question, feel free to ask in the comments. And if you have a really TMI thing, make sure to send us a message instead. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to stretch!